been a good year. Bitcoin smashed 100K. The market has gone crazy. We've seen projects we talked about on this channel increase hundreds of percent. Arkham, Render, Cardano. You can't forget about SNEC. SNEC, which I've been talking about for months now, has so far increased around 700%. And of course, people have made tons of money in FINOVA with these calls and many more. And I'm happy to say my portfolio is up $1.2 million in 3 months. But even with Bitcoin pumping over the last few months, this is just the beginning of this bull run. The election is over and that sent the crypto market into a frenzy, but Donald Trump hasn't even gone into office yet and he won't until January 20th, bringing Elon Musk and Doge with him, as well as figures in the crypto space poised to make moves that could take Bitcoin and the rest of the market even higher, making $120,000, $150,000 Bitcoin a real possibility quite soon. Over this year, I've grown my portfolio from $270,000 to $1.7 million, making trades alongside FINOVA. Our head of research at FINOVA, Kyle, has now grown his portfolio to over $4 million. So this has been an insane year of growth that we are extremely grateful for, but we were poised and ready for this back in the last bear market. We were preparing, and this is really just the start. I've heard a lot of people unsure about getting involved in crypto, saying that you've got to be an investing whale with millions in cash just to make an impact, but every day I see people on FINOVA making huge gains like this, and this, so it's extremely possible. Yes, you need to start small and do the work and educate yourself and play it safe with risk, but over time, like, these gains are totally possible. And in this video, I'm going to talk about what's happening with Bitcoin and the market at large and how that's going to move into 2025. I'm going to look at what narratives and which coins are growing in the market, which stuff actually has the legs to thrive through 2025, and we're going to cover the high-risk coins that some of you absolute sickos want, as well as some safer picks to help balance out your portfolio, which is extremely important as well. Bitcoin broke through 70K, 80K, 90K, 100K since election day. This doesn't come as a huge surprise given Trump's pro-crypto sentiment and the fact that so much attention was being sapped up from the pre-election hype that now has, we have this energy that needed to go somewhere, and some portion of that energy went into crypto, which then translates into increased prices in crypto as well as the S&P 500. This has been doing extremely well, and that also helps drive money into crypto. Companies across the board are flying. If people make gains in Nvidia and they're looking to reallocate, there's a decent chance some of that goes back into crypto. It all helps, and investors are seeing these solid returns. It's giving them confidence to put their money into more volatile assets like Bitcoin, Ethereum, altcoins. And if you look at the annual returns, you can see that generally both stocks and cryptos thrive together. The only exception is 2014. So this is all good news. And likewise, according to 90% of polled economists, the Fed is going to be cutting rates by 25 points in January. This is great for the market. Slash interest rates, this helps free up money for borrowing, giving investors more capital to buy up whatever they want to buy up. It basically greases the gears of the economy, and some portion of that money goes to buying more Bitcoin, more stocks, more investing, which is why historically slash rates mean more growth in Bitcoin and in the stock market. So a lot is happening, and that means Bitcoin and crypto as a whole is looking wonderful for 2025, but there's more. As I've said in previous videos, there's also 3 players entering the game right now that could massively influence Bitcoin's performance, taking to 120, 150K, or potentially more next year. First, this is Cardano's founder, Charles Hoskinson, who is pushing for better crypto legislation, such as repealing the SAB 121, which erroneously forces companies to list crypto as liabilities on their balance sheet, as well as pushing through the Loomis bill, which is run by Senator Cynthia Loomis, which would establish a strategic reserve of Bitcoin, meaning the US would become the largest buyer of Bitcoin in the entire world. So if that happens, that's massive. Plus, we have the good news with the fact that the previous SEC head, Gary Gensler, he's out, and Paul Atkins is in. Paul is pro-innovation and pro-crypto. He owns crypto, so that's a good sign that those 2 goals could be achieved. And of course, there's this guy, whose election alone sent Bitcoin's price to 100K, and we are entering uncharted territory, but exciting times, and things feel super bullish. Now's the time to lock in, because interest in Bitcoin looks like it's headed in the right direction, and massive gains will be made in the coming year. And there's still a huge amount of growth available, with gold's market cap currently sitting at over 9 times higher than Bitcoin itself, all while Bitcoin historically outperforms other assets. That alone, that disparity, imagine a 9x from here just to be on par with gold. So the question is, with what looks like a great 2025 for crypto ahead of us, what are the right moves, the right coins to pick, and options for your money? Well, crypto still is very volatile. It's a risky investment. So always do your own research. Practice safe risk management. It is inherently risky. I recommend only investing in cryptos that you can afford to lose, no more than 10% of your savings. But I'm not a financial advisor. This isn't financial advice. This is just my opinion. Do your own research, be safe. But if you want my picks, here's what I'm thinking for 2025. Right off the bat, I'm going to be continuing dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin as the backbone of my portfolio. Nothing's going to change there. Keep it simple. This has produced reliable returns year after year of doing it. It acts as a defensive hedge against the volatility of crypto. Plus, you still get those gains. That's what really matters in the long run. Also, I'm looking at a more simple portfolio. I've learned a lot in the last bull runs that complexity does not help you. You don't need 50 holdings. You don't need 75 holdings. Like 10 solid picks that you've actually vetted and you can keep track of, that's where it's at. You could also look at doing the same with DCAing into Ethereum, which is another great, reliable crypto, but gun to my head, I'd DCA into Bitcoin over Ethereum any day. Just more solid, it makes more sense. It's not so much reliant on being the tech backbone of crypto, where Ethereum simply has much more competition than Bitcoin does. The competition's tough out there. There's plenty of other good options. Now, people have also been bullish on Solana. Price-wise, Solana's hard to deny, so if you're looking to make a quick buck, sure, maybe that makes sense, but personally, I'm pretty suspicious about Solana for a lot of reasons. Frankly, the more I look into it, the less I like it. The numbers are looking massively inflated. There is proof of them lying about their metrics and numbers. I did a video on it recently. You can feel free to check that out. But for now, I won't be investing in Solana. It's also worth looking into BitTensor. I've spoken about this in the past. It's in the AI niche. AI is extremely popular right now, and this one's only projected to get bigger. This is projected to be one of the biggest AI plays in crypto. So this could be a quick, easy pick to allocate a small amount of your portfolio to. It's already fairly large, so don't expect some massive upside, but it's one of those more solid, reliable picks within crypto and within the AI niche. So also a few months ago, I spoke about Render and how much I like it. It decentralizes access to computer graphics processing, which helps people who are doing anything digital. It decentralizes compute power. It's a great use case. Since then, it's climbed from about $5 up to $9. So pretty good gains, not the biggest of the year, but nothing you could complain about. The use case though, it's so solid that anytime there's a bull run, I always think this is one of the safer places to modestly increase your money and just leverage a bet that I still like use cases in crypto, especially if they can make it happen. Now, another one is Cardano. If you don't know, if you haven't noticed, I'm basically Cardano's hype man at this point. I believe in it, I believe in the team, I believe in the decentralization. Mostly I believe in the community, the nearly psychotically passionate community. That is something that you can't even put a price tag on. It is extremely valuable, and I think that's only going to pay more and more dividends over time. And since October, ADA, Cardano's native coin, has gone up from about 30 cents to over $1. I am still happily holding Cardano, as I believe a $3 ADA that's totally feasible in the short run. That'd be a 3x from here. And of course, I have a huge winner from earlier this year that I am still holding. So other than Bitcoin, I have a lot of my portfolio that went into one incredibly risky pick. SNEC. SNEC is a Cardano-based meme coin with a motivated team, a driven community. They're able to really parlay the strength of the Cardano community to back this. It's essentially become the community arm of Cardano. SNEC. It's got rock solid branding. I put about 20% of my portfolio into it in the beginning of 2024, and so far it's done this. Insane. Now, I don't recommend this level of risk. Outside of balancing it out with Bitcoin, I also have treasury bonds, I have businesses, I have property, I have more secure investments, so my life isn't quite as risky as that portfolio looks. But SNEC is a meme that I'm willing to bet on. It's worked for me. I've even involved myself in the project. So the question is, are you too late? I think no. Now, obviously I don't have a crystal ball and you should do your own research, but I believe SNEC is going to go way higher. When I look at the holder statistics of SNEC versus any other meme coin on the market, I see massive opportunities still. And add in the fact that Cardano has an easy 3x, SNEC has multiple ways that it could still surge dramatically from here because it's still, frankly, a small meme coin. It's still not listed on any major exchanges. It still has a lot of potential upside just to be on par with, the top 10, 20 largest meme coins. There's a ton of room to grow in that sense. But what am I looking at next? So if you look at CoinMarketCap, you can see there's a bunch of categories. A few standouts are AI, memes, gaming, DeFi. And an initial thing I like to do is cross-reference these categories with Google Trends to get a gauge of the temperature of each, like how much does society care about each of these right now. And you can see, generally speaking, AI dominates all of them. So let's look at AI. You've seen now what happened with NVIDIA. ChatGPT hit the market and the AI frenzy hit and everyone just flocked right to NVIDIA. Now, tons of other companies like Apple and X have started getting into AI, and generally the industry is seen as this gold mine for like the coming decade. 2025 is predicted to be the year that AI starts adding real value. Even though it can supposedly forecast the weather better than humans already, seemingly there's a lot more to come with this technology, and AI growth is expected to hit $826 billion by 2030, accounting for 45% of total economic gain. So this is a big deal, and it's going to see a lot of investment. But which crypto projects stand out? TARS AI is an interesting project that's partnered with Google and Bybit, and it's designed to help users to transition between Web 2 and Web 3. But while I've seen it getting a lot of attention, this one might be a little bit late because it's already 4x since late November, so it's up to you if you want to jump in on it. It does seem interesting though. Humans AI is a super cheap project that's attempting to bridge ethical AI and blockchain. I like this because the more AI enters everyday life, the more people are going to want ethical versions of this. So this ticks a nice niche box where there is a bit of a demand. However, it is super volatile right now, so if you're going to buy, I would make it a small amount. AIOZ, this is a super interesting project that could still grow. It's at $1.2 billion market cap, but it's using the blockchain to reward users for sharing computation, power storing, transcoding, and streaming. This is a great use of decentralization that could become increasingly useful. It also has some big name partnerships like Google, NVIDIA, and Qualcomm that are all tied to it, so this could be one to look into. If they can crack this use case, I could see them getting a lot more attention and investment. Aether is another cool project with a great use case. Technically, it's DePIN, which is a decentralized physical infrastructure. Aether does this by decentralizing GPU to the cloud for AI and gaming. I like this. It makes sense. I could see it popping off. And last, there's Arkham. I've mentioned Arkham before. I've used it to track Andrew Tate's crypto wallet. Arkham has not taken off as much as others in this bull run, which is a shame because its intel is used all over the place. Like seriously, check out that video where I use it. You can see it in action. You can track crypto across the blockchain. You can find out who owns it, where they're sending it. They recently used Arkham to find where BlackRock was buying billions of dollars in Bitcoin. Now, earlier this year, Arkham expanded into an exchange. I'm not sure how I feel about this. It could be fine. I still think it's a rock solid project, even if it's not a flashy earner. So this could be one that you need to hold for longer for some massive gains. However, the exchange angle does dilute the value proposition a little bit for me. I liked the clarity of mission in just being a useful tool. Speaking of useful tools, here is one you need to check out. With any investment, you got to do your own research. So here's an investment tool that I posted to FINOVA that might help you make decisions in crypto. The OODA loop. OODA. It's a thought process loop that was designed by the military as a problem-solving tool. JP Morgan CEO Jamie Dimon, he swears by it. It's observe, orient, decide, act. So number one, observe. Do your research on any investment. Understand the market and the other investors. Gather all the data. Don't think you know you know. 2, orient. Break down your information from multiple perspectives. Eliminate biases and align yourself with the market or the investment that you're trying to perceive. 3, decide. Use your data and be as decisive as possible. If you can and should act right now, act right now. Don't hesitate. 4th, act. Do it. And then measure the response. Adjust quickly if you get some new information or good feedback. Use this for, you can use it for anything, but use this for any and all cryptos that you look at. Doesn't matter who recommends them. Use this loop, do your homework, and make up your mind. And look, you can't beat yourself up if you get a few things wrong or you pick a crypto that tanks. Just focus on managing risk, limit your exposure to volatile cryptos, and in this way, any bad picks don't really hurt you in the sense that it makes your life worse. Take your time, build a portfolio that takes advantage of 2025, and keep it simple. Like I said, you can make a ton of money with a portfolio that holds 10 or fewer assets. It's so much easier to manage, keep it simple, find stuff that actually checks all your boxes, and then and only then put your money into those investments. And I've mentioned trading and investing on FINOVA several times here. FINOVA is my crypto community where we share our trades day in and day out. We're helping members get results like this, and this. Coaches like Kyle have traded their way to millions of dollars, changing their lives, and now share their trades live with members. Everything down to the setups, the timing, you name it. Kyle's also recently taken all of his expert knowledge about trading, the same knowledge that got him $4 million in Bitcoin from like $26 of initial portfolio. Imagine that, $26 portfolio to $4 million. It's bought him a new house, it's bought him a studio. He took all of this knowledge and packed it into a 30-day certification course available to all FINOVA members included in the membership. It's insane. It takes you through everything you could ever need to know. I mean everything. Like, there's nothing that is not covered in this, even down to helping you make your first profitable trade in the middle of the certification. You've never seen anything like this. If you want to take advantage of the 2025 bull run, I really think this is the perfect place to start because we designed this to be the perfect place to start. Kyle is a genius, but like everything else in this video, it's up to you to actually take the action. So if you're interested, hit the link below, try it out before spots sell out. Other than that, stay safe and have a profitable day.